Okay, so now that we've understood our contextual variables, our global variables, now we want to get into collections. And so collections aren't your normal variable type in that it's just like one piece of information connected in. Instead, what they are is they are tables of information. So they're almost identical to our data sources, except for the fact that we're going to create these on the fly over here. So let's create a new screen, right? I mean, it's only screen 6. We got plenty of time yet. It's a new screen. We'll minimize all these so you can see where I'm at. Boom. And so to create a collection, we're going to insert a button. And we are going to use the function called collect. So we're going to type in collect. So just like with our variables, we're just going to name them. So we're going to give it a collection. I'm going to call this animal details because I am very creative. So that'll be the name of my collection. We're going to do a comma. And so then now we need to assign items. So to do this, we're going to use the update context functionality, or not functionality, but syntax. So we're going to do a curly brace. We're going to say, all right, curly brace, and we're going to say type. And then we're going to do a semicolon like that. So we're going to make the type. We're going to make it a cow. And then we're going to do a comma. And so then now we're going to set another one. And we're going to set the animal color. Just like that, right? I always use colors. I don't know why. And then we're just going to make it red. So we'll do our little curly brace like that. And we'll close our parentheses. And so that little function right there is going to create us a collection named animal details. There'll be a type column called cow. We'll call it animal type just to avoid any confusion. We'll call it animal type is cow and animal color is red. So if we click the button once, so we'll hit play, we'll click the button. Now that we're doing that, right, normally I'd say, all right, let's have a label, let's show it on the label. Collections don't just work in labels because they are a table. And so it has records in there. Labels show text. So what we need to do is we need to take advantage of either the gallery or we'll play with the data table, which we haven't used yet. So if you grab a data table and we insert that, data sources, you can now see that animal details is available right there. And so then it says, hey, here's your color or your column. So I'll do animal type and animal color. We'll close that. And so there you go. Now we have it. And if we hit play, make it a little easier for you to see, every time that we hit the button, it's adding a new record to the collection, and the data table is just showing those as we go. So remember we talked about galleries before, and galleries are really flexible. We have lots of options. We can add controls, we can edit controls, we can add buttons and all those things inside of them. Data tables are like the polar opposite of that. Data tables are much more about structured data, and they just show us the data. We can't go in and customize them or any of that stuff. But in this example where I'm just trying to display some information, they work pretty well. So that gets us our data. And then, so we have our button, we have our animal types. So then the other way that you might use this though, so collect, right? The first time you use collect, it creates the collection and then it puts the stuff in there. But sometimes what you want to do is you want to wipe out the collection and then start putting data back in there. And so what you can do is there's a different function here called clear collect. And so clear collect has the same, oh, I hit enter too fast. There you go. So clear collect has the same exact functionality, right? Same syntax, same everything. But if there is an existing collection, when you click clear collect, it will delete that, it will clear it out, and then it will start to use it. So this is something that you use a lot of times, like if you're pulling in data tables from other data sources, you're pulling that data into collections, and you always want to make sure you're starting over. You're like wiping out what was in there the last time they pressed the button and doing it there. So what's interesting with this one is if we hit play, I click the button, right? The first time it puts our record in there. But if I hit the button, right, and I'm just hitting the button over and over and over again, nothing is happening because when I hit the button, it is clearing out the current record that's cow in red and then putting in a new record that is cow in red. So it's just happening so fast you're not seeing it, but it's just over and over and over. So clear collect and collect, they both do roughly the same thing. The only difference is that clear collect will clear out the data before, whereas collect will just either create the data if there's nothing there or just increment the data going forward.